Hey everyone, this is Ip, and HackTheBox has retired Tenten, so we get to do a walkthrough on that box. First things first, we will nmap it. So nmap-sv enumerate version, save scripts, sc, oa, output all formats, give it a name, and the IP address. This takes some time to run, so I have saved the output. And we see port 22 and 80 is open. You may get in the habit of just assuming web's open and not do nmap. I would advise against that. If you want, run nmap and then the background hit the web page and do things, because sometimes there's hidden gems in open ports that you'd miss otherwise. So we do see it is running a WordPress site. So we're going to do wp scan -- URL, the IP address, and then -- log. And WP Scan is just an automated WordPress scanner. We do see the WordPress readme.html exposes the version number. We can look at this and confirm, yes, we are going against WordPress 4.7. And then we see other things. So let's scroll up and start going through this slowly. Host header injection and password reset. This sounds really good. So open that in a tab. Insufficient redirect validation, no idea what that is, so that'll go on the back burner. Post metadata values improper handling in XML RPC. I've heard about RPC bugs in WordPress recently, so that's the only reason I'll open this. It doesn't sound that interesting to look at first glance. CSRF, cross-site request forgery, cross-site scripting, these type of things probably not going to be helpful in a CTF since they require you to phish someone and get someone else to click on a link. More cross-site scripting. We see a plugin, the Job Manager plugin. So I'm guessing this is the exploit vector we're supposed to go after, just because why would they set this WordPress site up, install this one plugin, and have the plugin be out of date? So keep that open. Looking at the password reset one, I just want to see what this is. And it's a vulnerability in the password reset. So first, let's attempt a password reset to make sure it's vulnerable. And how do you do that? You have to find a valid user first. In WordPress, a lot of the time the users are on the post, so we just click on a post and there's a username right there. And in the background, while I do this, I'm going to run enumerate you on this. And what that's going to do is enumerate all the usernames on this WordPress site. So WordPress, you log in at wp-admin, click lost password, enter Takis, and we see host has disabled mail. So this exploit vector is not going to be useful. We do see this now running, it's going to be completing, and we do see only one username exist on the site, and that is Takis. So the next thing we look at is the Job Manager exploit. This is a relatively long CVE, so instead of reading this, I'll just walk through the exploit manually. We'll edit the script and use this to pwn the box, I guess you could say. So exploit.py. We'll go to this in a little bit. So what this is doing is taking advantage of a horribly coded plugin. If you go to the job listing page and try to apply, we see a number here. This number tends to be the name of a row ID in the WP post table. So on row number 8, the name of that page is Pentester. We change it to 1, and we get the very first name in the table, which is Hello World. This is the very first blog post that is automatically generated by WordPress. Number 2 is going to be sample page. 3, auto draft. So we can get into things that we shouldn't have access to. We shouldn't be able to see the name of drafts in WordPress. But let's go back to this exploit and upload something. So name, surname, go down, browse, go to a download or picture, and save the logo. This should be safe. submit the application, and we see the application has been submitted. And if we keep going up and incrementing, eventually we will find the application we submitted. So we'll do this in a script. So curl http 10.10.10.10. We want to give this silent, and we're going to grep for, if we go back to, let's say, page 8, view the source, we want to get this line on every page, so grep for this title, and we also have to so now what we can do is throw this in a loop. So for I in sequence 1 through 20, do echo -n I, so we see what number we're at. The -n says don't enter a new line, and change this 8 to be $i, and then done. So now we're going to pull every post ID out of that one table, and we'll see what we uploaded eventually. Cube, that is not standard. Hacker access granted. Keep this in the back pocket. Logo transparent. That is the file we uploaded. So we can stop this and see if we can access this file. So WordPress saves things in a predictable location. It's WP content / uploads and then the year. So 2017/07, and it was .png. So we can now identify files that have been uploaded via this job application. The next thing to do always is, well, we got a file upload. Let's try uploading a PHP script. So turn my intercept on, upload this logo again, submit, burp, repeater, and is that part of the image? We'll just get rid of all this stuff. PHP, echo, and we'll just do PHP echo test. We don't have to do a reverse shell yet. We just want to see if we have code execution. And this has to be named PHP. So try this. Render this so we can see the HTML. File type's not permitted. So we can't upload PHP files, and it doesn't tell us what files are permitted. We just know images are, since we uploaded an image and it worked the first time. So let's go back and get this exploit, because I want to see this hacker access granted, what this guy uploaded. So first things first, the exploit has bad dates because it's old, so we update those. And I'm just going to update this range to make this a bit shorter, because I know exactly what file has been uploaded. You normally would leave these PDF docx's in, but again, it's going to take time, so I know it's either a JPEG or I know it's an image file. I don't remember exactly what, but it's one of those three. So if we now run that exploit, tens, and we want hacker access granted, it should return relatively soon the URL of the image. Going here, we do see access granted. Now, this is a bit of a CTF only type thing, in the sense that it's got Steganography hidden, and I don't know exactly how you'd know that. It's just something you get lucky with trying enough times. So, boxes, this is 1010. So if we do strings on this, we don't see anything important. The bin walk, see if there's anything embedded in it. Still don't see anything. So steg hide, extract, source file, hacker access granted, no passphrase, and it wrote data to ID RSA. So someone hid a RSA key in the hacker access image. And it is encrypted, so we'll have to decrypt this key. And in order to do that, you can use sh to John to put this into a format that is crackable. However, I normally don't use this because for some reason this doesn't like Jumbo John, which is the GPU version. I do sh and G to John. Come on, Google, load. Why didn't that go? Am I intercepting? Yep. There we go. And G to John. This looks fine. And we want to download this. Okay. So now I'm just going to run Python SSH ng to John on the IDRSA file. And this gives me what I want. So you could just do John now and crack with either of these. I'm not sure if this one works on regular John. I know this one does, and I know this one works on Jumbo John. And Jumbo John is what I use again. That's just the GPU version. So go into my crackbox, rename this to, and give this a name, so ID RSA.encrypted. Paste that key in, go into your John folder, and then John, the file name of it, so ID RSA encrypted, and word list of where your word list is stored. I use RockU first just because, well, it's defaulting Kali. And most ETFs, if it's meant to crack blindly, will pick it off that list because they're kind. Oh, God. I did not close Slack. That was mine. My bad. Word list, rocku.txt. And we get the password is super password. So we can go back to this. sh-i, specify the RSA key file, and just try root unprotected. Forgot to chmod it to 600. Make sure I own it. I do. Key phrase, super password. Did not work. So the other username, if you remember, was Takis. Super password. And we're in. Awesome. So again, the very first thing I do when I enumerate, check the kernel version, so uname-a. I see 2017, January 18th. Not dirty cowable or anything I know off the top of my head. I may run the Linux priv checker Python scripts. You can just Google them. Or I just do sudo-l. Do see /bin/fucking. I have ability to sudo to. So I'm just going to check what that is. It's a ASCII script. Look at it, bin bash. And it's just going to execute arguments. So if I do sudo, the name, and have bash run bash, now I'm root, and we can just get that flag. And that is Tenten. Hope you guys enjoyed. Take care, and have a good night.